Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to solve day 2 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. So today we are going to solve problem number 205, isomorphic strings, and this question is asked in LinkedIn, but don't treat this question as easy. It is little bit confusing. Okay, so let's read the problem statement first. So in this problem we have given two strings s and t, and we have to determine if they are isomorphic. Okay, and two strings s and t are isomorphic if the characters in S can be replaced to get T. Okay, so these are some rules. So all occurrences of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of characters, and no two characters may map to the same character, but a character may map to itself. Okay, so let's understand this with an example here. Okay, so let me copy these examples to here. Okay, so here this is our problem, right? So this is my string s. So see, this is string s, a, g and g, and this is the string t, a, d and d, right? So two strings s and t are isomorphic if the characters in s can be replaced to get t. Okay, so now let's go through our string s. Okay, so first of all, I'm at this particular position, right? So here what I need, here I need a right now, right? So to need a, so I need to replace this my e with a. Okay, so yes, so I can replace this e with a. Okay, so I have replaced this e with a, so now it becomes like this. Okay, after that I see that this g is not mapped to anything right now. Okay, and we need to make our string s just like our string t, right? So I am going to map this g with d. Okay, so here I have mapped with my g with d, so it will become d. Okay, and here see, this g is already mapped to d, right? This g is already mapped to d. Okay, so I am just going to change it to d. Okay, so now see, this string s and this string t both are matching. We are also preserving the order of characters, right? So that is why we are getting the result as true for this particular example. Okay, now let's understand with other example. So here let me erase everything here. So let's pick example 2. Okay, so here string s is like this, f, o and o, and string t is like b, a, r. So initially my hash map is empty, right? So here first I need to change my f to b. Okay, because I need to make my string s just like t. Okay, so here what I did, I map this f with b. Okay, so now my f becomes b. Okay, done, I have changed it. Now after that I see this o is not there in my hash map, so let's change this o to a, because I need to make my string just like my string t, right? So I have changed this o to a. Okay, so now once I change this o to a, then it will look like this. Now after that, once I reach at this particular position o, so I can't make it like r. Okay, I can't change it to r because o is already mapped to a. So what is my new string look like? BAA. And what is my t? BAR. So that is why we are getting false. Okay, so all occurrences of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of characters, and no two characters may map to the same character. Okay, so if my o is pointing to a, then my o should not point to any other character. If my o is pointing to a, then it's fixed. Okay, so no two characters may point to the same character. Okay, so it's not like my o is pointing to a, or I can make my d is also pointing to a. I can't do that like that. Or if my o is pointing to a, let's say if my a is pointing to b, then I can't make it like this, c is also pointing to b. This is also wrong. A is pointing to b and c is also pointing to b. This is wrong. And if o is pointing to a and some other character here in this position, o and d different characters, right? O and d pointing to a. Okay, this is wrong. Different characters point to same b. wrong. Okay, and also this is wrong. A is pointing to B and A is pointing to C. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. Okay, so this we have understood here. Okay, this case we have understood here. If O is pointing to A, then I can't make O as pointing to R as well to match the strings. Okay, so that is why we are returning false, and this is different case. Okay, so O and D both are pointing to A. This is also not acceptable. Okay, so now let's go through example 3 here. Paper P A P E R, and string T is T I T L E, right? So first of all, P is going to point to T. Okay, so P, I have pointed P to T. Okay, so now my P becomes T. A I pointed to I. Okay, this is done. So A is pointing to I, so this become I. P is already pointed to T, so okay, I have changed it to T, and right now still it's matching. E is pointing to L. E is not there in hash map, so I can change it E to L. So here my E becomes L. R is pointing to E. R is not there in my hash map. R is pointing to E. I changed it, so that is why I'm getting result as true. Okay, so now let's understand example like this. Okay, so let's say these are the two strings S and T, and S is like this: B R Q and B. Okay, and you can B is pointing to B here. Okay, and no, let's take the string T. Okay, string T is like this: B A R and C. Okay, so now tell me what is going to happen here. So first of all, my hash map is empty. Okay, I have to make my string as just like T. Okay, I have to preserve the order as well. So my B is going to point to B. Okay, B is going to point to B, so it's already fixed. B is already pointed to B, so here this becomes B. R is pointing to A. R is not there in my hash map, so I have changed R to A. Okay, so R is pointing to A. Now I reached at this position Q. Okay, so now my Q is pointed to R. Q is not there in my uh, in this position, right, in the key. So Q is pointed to R, so I have changed my Q to R. Okay, so now my Q is pointed to R. Okay, this is done. Now what happens here? See, B is pointing to C, and B is already pointed to B here. Okay, so I can't make it change, right? I can't change it. Okay, because B is already pointing to B, so I can't make it to C, right? So B is pointing to B only, so I'm going to get output as false. Okay, so now uh, let's say uh, let's take one more example. S and T both are the strings. Okay, and S is like this: A B A, and T is like this: B A A. Tell me what is going to be output. Okay, so now my A is changing to B. Okay, so now here in this particular example, this is going to be my hash map. Okay, and this is the example that I'm taking right now. Okay, so A, I am changing it to B because I need to match, so A becomes B, so A becomes B. Okay, done. Here also A will become B, and here B is not there. Okay, but B is there in the value side. Okay, V is there in the value side. Okay, now see, here one more thing. Okay, A, I am changing A to B, but now see, B is already there in my value, right? V is already there. Okay, so now can I change it? Can I point B to A? Yes, I can point B to A, right? So B will become A. Okay, so B will become A, and A will become here again B, but I will get the result as false. Okay, because order is not preserved right now. B B A B, and this is B A, so order is not preserved, right? Order is not preserved in this case. That's what I need to tell you, right? We have changed A to B and B to A, but order is not preserved. Okay, that is why we are going to get the output as false here. Okay, now let's take one more example. S and T. Okay, and A is pointing to B and C is pointing to B. Okay, A is pointing to B and you want C to point to B. Okay, this is what you need. So let's create one example like this. Okay, A, C, B, D. Okay, A is pointing to B and you need C to point to B. Okay, G, I. Okay, so that's something like that. Okay, so now tell me what is going to happen for this particular example. Okay, so see here, this is my empty hash map. Okay, S is going to point S and T. I need to make my S just like T. So A is going to change to B. Okay, I am changing A to B. Okay, so now my A, this will become B. Now C is pointing to B. Okay, C is pointing to B. C is pointing to B. Is it correct? I need to change my C to B as well. Here I need to change my C to B as well. But can I do this? Can I do this? No, I can't do this because A is already pointing to B. I can't change my C to also B. Okay, this is given in my problem statement. Okay, no two characters may point to the same character. Okay, but a character may map to itself. Okay, so here if my A is pointing to B, I can't change my C also pointing to B. Okay, this is wrong. So here for this particular example we are going to get output as false. Okay, A is pointing to B, we can't make C also pointing to B. Okay, and we can't do, right? O is pointing to A, D is also pointing to A, this is wrong. Or A is pointing to B and A is pointing to C, this is also wrong. Okay, so all these things are given in our problem statement only. All occurrences of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of characters, and no two characters may map to the same character, but a character may map to itself. Okay, no two characters may map to the same character. No two characters may map to the same character. Okay, so we don't need to map the same character to two different characters. Okay, so I hope that this is clear. So now let's write the code. Okay, so same thing I am going to write in the code. Okay, so first of all, if there is a mismatch in length, then just return false. Okay, because in that case we are not able to preserve the order, right? If s dot length is not equal to, but we don't need to write actually this one, because this constant is given to us. T dot length is equal to s dot length. Okay, so skip this part. We will see if we get any such case like later on. Okay, so let's create one hash map, and in hash map I am going to use characters as my key and characters as value. Okay, character map is equal to new hash map. Okay, now after that, here we are going to run one loop. Okay, so here after that we are going to run one loop. So for that, write for int I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot length, and I plus plus. Now pick the first character from both the strings. Okay, so char character in s is equal to s dot char at I. Okay, and pick one character from string t. Char t is equal to s dot char at I. Okay, we have picked one characters. Now after that we are going to check. So here we are basically checking two things. Okay, so here I'm going to create one hash map. Okay, I'm going to create one hash map, and I'm storing characters only. Character as a key and character as a value. Character as a key and character as a value. This is what I'm storing, right? So I don't need two different characters in my key and both are pointing to same value, or I don't need two different keys. Okay, two different keys pointing to different values. This is what I don't need, right? So first of all, what I'm going to check in my loop, first of all I'm going to check if that key is available in my map or not, if any particular key is there in my map or not. Okay, if A is pointing to B or something, if key is there in my map or not. Okay, I'm going to check this. Okay, so if map dot contains key char s. Okay, let's take this example only. Okay, initially we have nothing. Okay, so this is E and this is A. Okay, right now, so if my map dot contains char s is right now E. Okay, if this E is there in my map. Okay, if it is there, let's suppose if it is there, if my E is pointing to something. Okay, something, let's say Z. Okay, if this E is there, okay, then I am going to check if map dot get. Now I'm going to get the value of this particular key char s. If map dot get char s is not equal to, if this is not equal to my first character of t, okay, that is A. Okay, so I'm going to write like this, char t. Okay, char t. Okay, and then in that case we have to return false, right? That's clear. Return false. Okay, so here what I'm saying, if there is one key available, okay, if it is available, then I'm going to check for this value. If this value is not matching with this one, then we have to return false. Okay, this is just for example. Right now there is nothing in my map, so this is just for example. Okay, so I hope that this is clear, this line is clear. Okay, now once this is done, in the else part I am going to check if map dot contains value, if map dot contain value char t. Okay, char t. If map dot contains value char t, so char t value is just I'm just taking the example. Okay, here, so this is one value. Okay, this is a value A, and this Z is pointing to A and Y is pointing to E, something like this. Okay, this is there. Okay, so right now I am checking if my map contains this value char t. So char t is nothing but A. Okay, so if this value is there in my map, yes, it is there. And who is pointing to this value? Z is pointing to this A. Okay, and here what I want my E to point to A. Okay, so this is not possible, right? This is not possible. My Z is pointing to A and my E is also pointing to A, so this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong. So if my map dot contains value char t, then just return false, then return false. Okay, then return false. Okay, and okay, then return false. And otherwise, if there is nothing in my map right now, so what I'm going to do, I am going to change this position, this value E with A, right? So for that I'm going to use map.put function. Map.put, my key is going to be char at s, and I am changing it with char t, right? Okay, this is what I'm going to do, right? And in the end I have to just return true. Okay, if all looks good, return true. That's it. Now let's run the code and see if there are any code issues. Yes, there are some issues with the spelling mistake. Okay, let's run it again. Let's run it again. Okay. Okay, so our test case 2 is failed, seems like. So let's see what's the issue here. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than s dot length I plus caret. Okay, caret t should be, it should be t dot caret I. Okay, so we don't need to use, by mistake we are using s both sides. Okay, so now let's run it. So all the test cases has been accepted. Okay, so now can I do one thing here? This is my string a, what is it, a c, or can I pick a b a? Okay, let's create a few examples here. Okay, so this is a b a, and this is a, what is a b a. Okay, b a, and one more. Okay, and this one is ACBD, ACBD, and BGI, BGI. Okay, let's run it. So this is giving us false, and this is also giving us false, right? False, and this is also false. Okay, so we are good. So now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. And if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.